Hey, hi, hello. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Angel. I want to tell you 20 ways that I currently make money sometimes. And that's a lot, I realize, and I don't make a lot of money with most of them. In fact, I don't make a lot of money with any of them currently. I have made relative, depends on what you think of as a lot. But, yeah, let's just jump into it, shall we? Why am I wearing this hat, you might ask? Because it's cold in here. A little. And also, I make these hats. I'm going to put a listing for them on Etsy. That's one way that I make money currently. And that is through mail order of things I make. Like hats, although mostly not like hats. Mostly creative supplies. I run a eBay store with creativity and shaman and herbal oil type of supplies on eBay for 16 years, and it's been various degrees of up and down. The last few years it's been on a down turn, and that has given me opportunity to look into other endeavors, and that's why I'm here on YouTube and getting into some Amazon stuff and some writing, but also why I have re-picked up and relied on some of my formal hustling skills that I used to use when I was younger, and I'm grateful to have them. So one of those is seamstressing, which was actually a skill further down, and not one that I'm not getting to the count of that one yet, but the count that I was getting to is mail order in general. That's online sales and then shipping stuff out, and I do that mainly through eBay and a little bit through Etsy, and I've tried it through Shopify, and I've tried it through Facebook a little bit without a lot of success, so currently I'm not doing that, but I may try it again, we'll see. But I do make my most regular income still with eBay and a little bit of side hustle money with mail ordering the same products of a smaller line of the same products and a few handmade items like hats and heads on Etsy. So that's number one way. Number two way is Amazon. I write and self-publish booklets, and I'm working on some longer books, and then Amazon sells them for me and sends me a commission. It's pretty cool. And I just started doing that this last summer, a few months ago, maybe 5-6 months ago. And it's just starting to pick up a little, and I need to add more to it. But it's definitely a viable source of income. It's been really encouraging to get money deposited in my account from Amazon lately. It's a very small amount lately. I'm talking like $20-$30 range in the month, but it's still encouraging, and I know that's gonna build to a lot more. And there's some links down below to my booklets if you want to check them out. So it's number two way, and and that includes like ebooks, paperback books, and I'm hoping to add audiobooks soon, and I'm looking forward to that. So way number three is being an Amazon affiliate, which I just started to do, and you'll find some links probably to some products down there other than mine, and Amazon pays a 3 to 10% commission. I think it's usually around 6%. I don't know, I haven't read all the fine print, and it changes, but basically, if I'm talking about something and I put a link to it and you're interested in it, and then you go to Amazon and you buy something, then I might get a commission off of it. So Amazon affiliate marketing, or actually I should just say affiliate programs in general. So let me back that train up, because that is what I wanted to say. Because I did just recently sign up for not just Amazon affiliate, which is probably the biggest one, but there are other big conglomerate affiliate programs which host a program for lots and lots of companies, big shoe companies, big jewelry, makeup, anything you can think of, tools, you name it, there's an affiliate program for it. So if you're doing something already where you're promoting a product that isn't yours, why not sign up and get a little bit of a commission off those sales? And that's what I've just recently started to do. And YouTube is a great way to make that work for you, as is a lot of other social media. I just saw my hat and got distracted here. A lot of other social media mediums are also helpful for that. So onward to, can't read my own writing here. Number 4 is, seasonal and like estate cleaning. And so when people are either moving or somebody has died and there's a lot of stuff to get gone through, or somebody's preparing to die, or they're just getting ready to move, or they've just moved, those are great opportunities for pretty good money. If you got good skills like I do. I'm a good lifter, I'm a good hauler, I'm good at a lot of things, and so I charge, $50 to $100 easy for a few hours of work to do stuff like that, either clean out a shed or a garage or storage area, and then a lot of times I end up with some stuff to sell on Craigslist if I want, or I often just give it away, and I try to, it's part of my whole deal and why people like to work with me, is that I try to make sure I dispose of things appropriately. So I take different waste to the different waste places, and things that are reusable I take to the free cycle, or to the restore, the thrift store, or I resell myself. So that was number 4. Oh yeah, and included in that is kind of hauling and helping organize and clean. So I do kind of a big help overhaul, and in the last couple years I've had a handful of those kind of jobs. It's kind of a side thing, and every now and then I pull in a few $100 extra from doing that kind of work. So and actually I have a weekly regular gig where I do sort of that kind of work, whatever needs done for my mom, actually. Number 5 is landscaping and plant management and lawn care and that sort of thing, which I also do. And it's both for people sporadically as needed, and then also regularly for my mom on that same one day of a week. I water the greenhouse, and I mow the lawn seasonally, and I take care of the leaves, and take care of the plants in the greenhouse, do some repotting, plant stuff, and do the landscaping outside, pull up the grass, that kind of thing, and I get paid pretty well for that. In the whole scope of things, it pays better than selling newspapers. Maybe not. I don't even know how much that pays. So they may have raised the price on that. I have no idea, to be honest. But anyway, that's another way. The 5th way that I currently do make money, and just I forgot to mention that my goal for this channel is to help inspire you to live a more independent, fulfilled, fully alive life. And so I want to help you reach whatever goals you have, and a big part of that for so many of us is to be more independent, or more to have more money, frankly. And the more ways that you can have to make money, the more secure you're going to feel. If you want to travel or change something because you're unhappy, it gives you options, which is where I'm at lately. So my business declined a little, but I have all these options, and so it's been a struggle. And if it weren't for the help of my mom and my friends, I don't know how I would have made it. I'm sure I would have made it somehow, but I don't know how. So I feel really lucky that I've had the help of friends and family, and that has really helped me get through this. Nonetheless, I've always been a hustler, and I'm really grateful for my hustling skills. So let me get back to those. Number 6 way that I'm currently making some money, and it's kind of a new thing for me that's just starting to pick up, and that's Airbnb. So I have a house with some extra room, and I finally got it together to clear out some of the extra stuff. Ever since my son grew up and moved out, I've kind of been floundering, I guess, as many parents do when they you give all your attention, all your not let me back up. I'm not trying to exaggerate. Not like I gave him all my attention and energy, but my son was my main focus, my main agenda. Helped keep me aligned with my priority was him always. And so now that he's grown up, of course he's still a priority for me, and one of my main agendas. But I can't revolve my life, my world, my day around that. So I've it floundered a little bit, and I'm finally settling into into what I really want to do with this next phase of my life, which is talking to you in part. So thank you for listening. And let me go on to way number 7 that I make money, and that is I'm a licensed massage therapist. So I know not everybody is, but you could go get a license in massage therapy. There's actually financial aid. You go to school for any number of things. You could get into hospice care. I think even without a license, might be a little certificate. You might have to go take a CPR class, which isn't a bad idea to do anyway. And anyhow, that's just an idea for how to make money. That's when I do that part-time because I really enjoy it and I want to keep it that way. I used to be licensed long ago. I put down my license I was licensed for 10 years. I put down my license for 8 years, and I just became licensed again last fall as I saw that my business wasn't doing like it used to, and I needed the extra money. And since I still had that skill and my massage table, I decided to get my license back so I could add that to my part-time income and it is something I really enjoy. So anyway, that is number 7 way that I make money currently. Number 8 way that I currently make a few dollars extra on the side is that I play in a rock and roll band, and I also get invited to sing with a couple different groups lately. I actually play in 2 bands, but one of them we actually have gigs sometimes. We just started gigging again and getting paid a little bit. Sometimes just tips. Sometimes, we get $80 for the band, which is $20 a piece, plus tips and dinner and a drink. But bands in this town don't get paid a whole lot more than that. We could probably hope to walk away with $100 each, the 4 of us, in the near future if we keep playing and keep getting out there and developing our reputation again, because we were out of commish for a while. But anyway, and usually when I sing with other bands, they don't pay me. I'm going to sing this weekend with my favorite guitar player, Eric McFadden. No offense to all the other great guitar players I know and work with, which probably is an offense, but nonetheless, I've been a fan of his for like 27, 8 years now, some crazy long time, and so it is a joy and an honor, and I'm really stoked to get to sing back up with Eric McFadden and Queen Delphine and Andrew Moore, I think, and Jeff Cohen and Arthur Meadows, and I think some other people that I'm probably forgetting. But anyway, it's going to be a hoot and holler in New Year's Eve, and I'm really looking forward to it. And so I'm not getting paid for that because it's something that I would almost pay to do. I mean, it's really thrilling for me, and I'm going to get to go sing on one of the local stages that I'm hoping to get my band in on. So anyway, it benefits me in the long run in so many ways, and I'm happy to do it for a drink and a smile, basically. And the other group that I've been singing with kind of lately on weekends that just sings in a little local brewery down the way and likes the way I sing and have invited me on Saturdays to sit in with half a set, and they usually throw me $5 or $20 and a drink, and they don't have to. I'm not asking for it, but I'm honored that they do, because I know they might be getting $80 a piece or something like that for the night, and they work hard. Being a musician is not easy. You haul a lot of stuff, you have a lot of prep, a lot of practice, and then you have hours that you're not getting paid for, and then you don't get paid that much. But anyway, it's a ton of fun, and for me, that is one way that I'm making a little bit of money. So I thought I'd throw it in there because it's also a ton of fun. And I think about busking and trying to up the notch, or I'm still working on some online options, get some money from streaming and that kind of thing. So I think my music will continue to pay me more in the future. And anyway, performance in general. Number 9 way that I currently make a little bit of money on the side is in real estate. A while back, I bought just some, I call them swag properties, but I shouldn't call them that, especially if I mention them to you. But no, I bought lands with the intention of planting trees on them. They were cheap, remote, sometimes hard to get to, relatively cheap. Did I already say that? Anyway, I bought them quite a while back. I've been holding them, just paying taxes on them, sometimes falling behind and paying extra and fines. But anyway, I keep trying to list them, and when I do, something like right now, I have one person making payments. When I get around and list them correctly, which maybe I'll do after this video, because ass kicked to my own self. Why ain't I doing that more? I don't know. Real estate's good money, y'all, and I intend to get more into it. And I'm interested in tiny housing and storage, and in in conversions, sustainable housing conversions in town, and in a big community unity center, but it's another story for another day. Anyway, real estate is a way that I make money, and it's actually easier than you might think to just buy some cheap property. Like I bought a lot of mine on eBay, being auctioned off, or in the paper, and you can get into the tax thing and send people offers. People have been sending me offers as when I'm late on my taxes. I get a lot of those right away, and they're super cheap, super cheap offers. And you never know, somebody gets desperate enough, or they're not using the property. You can get property super cheap, and then if you do the work, like I haven't been doing so well lately, and list them properly, and go to them, take pictures, and tell people what it's about, then you can make some, either quick cash from one sale or some regular monthly payments, which is how I like to do it with owner financing. Anyhow, that is number 9. Number 10 is with an online course, which I am just finishing up my first online course, so I will be making money soon. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it on the list, because by the time you are watching this, hopefully there'll be a link down there to my course on overcoming limiting beliefs, and maybe the one after that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I know that's just a great way that people are making money. I have a couple degrees. I'm well qualified, and I'm looking forward to sharing what I've learned after decades of studying what works for people and compiling that into my own words for you. Number 11 is gosh, I wrote affiliate programs twice, because I know that was number 3, wasn't it? Well then, cheater, pumpkin eater? I don't know if that's how the saying goes. I wrote I'm new at this whole list keeping. I usually just talk completely off the cuff, but I'm trying to be a little more organized, and so sometimes it backfires on me. But in any case, let's skip on to, we'll call number 11, selling photographs and merch. In fact, we could break those up, but no. It's that's also a very new thing for me. I just got my Smug Mug account, and I'm organizing my pictures all on there, and I have a fuck ton of pictures, y'all. I've been taking photographs since before I started going to college, and I went to college, in fact, initially, my very first time when I was like 19, a long time ago now, to learn about photography. Is one of my first passions, and it's still one of my biggest passions, and I take pictures almost every day, and lately video as well. So I have a lot of pictures, and I'll be selling some stock photos and some artistic photos, and some merch related to those that are in, the top notch or interesting enough to put on a t-shirt or a mug or a calendar. And I also really am looking forward, this is a side note, but I'm going to make some picture books from those pictures of my sculptures outside my Head Hutt. My camera just slipped, and there's gunfire outside. Goodness, life gets exciting sometimes, huh? I don't know if you can see the edge of that glass ball that's holding up my camera. That's a piece of artwork that it's a paperweight, which is an outdated thing, isn't it? Just means a hunk of glass that I made in glass blowing class a long time ago. Glass blowing class, that rhymes, so it's true and cool, right? I like things that rhyme. Anyway, number 12, I'm going to go with selling band merch. I had that one in parentheses, see, because we're not quite doing that, or we're still preparing to do that, and also that's for the band, not really for me. But it is a way that I'm going to start making money for the band. So since I got out of order on my numbers, I'm going to throw it in there, and that's very similar to the photographs in that there's just great technology and apps and software out there now to help make everything so easy for you. There's no excuse not to try. And so with merch related to photographs on sites like SmugMug, they have merch options. That's merchandise for you to have stuff printed and shipped out for you. People can buy it there. You don't have to deal with any of the inventory or printing or any of that. It's all done for you. You just put up your artwork, your photographs. And similarly on the music end, if you have a CD or even just one produced, mastered song, I mastered some songs through Lander, which I will put a link to because I'm an affiliate of theirs as well. And Lander does a really good job actually of just cut and dry. It's like for $15 a month, you can crunch all the songs you want through there. And it's just like, it's a very simple, non-complicated way to get your song sounding quite a bit better. No, it's not the pro option that you could pay, a couple $100 for, and you should if you got the money maybe. But it is a lot better than nothing, and it's dirt cheap, so I highly recommend it. And I've put a lot of my songs through there, put them on Reverb Nation, and slowly getting them as I get them up to a higher par that I'm happy with up on Spotify and SoundCloud. And yeah, you can find a couple of my songs out there right now and stream them for $1 if you want to. So that's number 13. Number 14 is painting and refurbishing furniture and cabinets in kitchens and bathrooms particularly, but also you get into, I haven't, but you could. I have a friend that does reupholstering of antique furniture and like amplifiers, cabinets that get ruined. Like I'm pointing over there because my cat has scratched the shit out of that one and it's a little bit messed up and could use reupholstering, so it's on my mind. But anyhow, I do painting, have gotten paid recently to paint some cabinets, kitchen cabinets inside and out, and do some like minor repairs on like hinges and latches on the cabinets, and re-oiling and finishing and waxing of some wood furniture, repairing some old drawers that were coming apart, so I clamped them together and carefully drilled some little blocks of wood in there to keep the drawers from sliding, getting worse and warping more. And it feels good too. You're saving some furniture that probably could be either super valuable or total trash, depending on how it's cared for. So when you're caring for it, it feels good, and I get paid pretty well for that kind of work when it's there. I don't have a lot of it, but I'm pretty good at it. So number 15 is housekeeping. I do that for myself for Airbnb, because when I'm just on my own, I'm a pretty messy person actually, but when I have Airbnb guests, I have to keep the house, clean, like if you were going to an Airbnb. And so eventually I hope to be able to hire someone else to do that for me. And I've been hired as a regular housekeeper before in the past, so I don't mind doing that. And then once a week, I also have one client that I go do some housekeeping, just whatever needs done right now, because I need the money. So yeah, that's something I do, something I could pick up anytime, more or less of if I wanted, because everybody always needs housekeeping. So it's a good idea and I will add as a side note, I make decent money at it because I'm good at it, because I've learned some skills. I've taken the time to learn, top to bottom, side to side. There's just, rhythms to it, skills, certain tools, certain products that you learn that work really well. And so, like any trade, you can learn some skills and then you can get paid more money because you're worth it, right? Yeah. Number 16 is, funny that I get a frog in my throat, songwriting and licensing. And I guess I already just mentioned streaming, which I'm just starting to get into, but also I'm going to be getting into licensing my music and my songs through YouTube, through the internet, and I'm not actually making money on that one yet either, but I will be. Perhaps by the time you watch this, I am. So at the time of me making this, I'm not, but I'm being very optimistic and preparing for the future the way I want it. So yeah, songwriting and licensing and then streaming is both for me and the band. I write stuff that separate sola from the band, and then also stuff with the band. So I'll be doing both, and maybe even promoting for other people as I get the knack of that. Any case, number 17 is my to-be for-profit community center, which I have not built yet. And it's funny that I put that on the list. I was clearly being very optimistic toward the bottom of that page, and then I came up with some more ideas as happens. But I'm just following my notes off the cuff, so we're throwing it in there because I have been thinking a lot about it. I'm in the process of trying to develop my website along with my photo site to articulate my vision for combining the work that I've done with building the Head Hutt and some big giant Mega-Sculpture, lightweight concrete and papercrete and passive temperature control building with a landmark, big, giant, twin, kissing dragon, amphitheater, cafe, community center, art gallery, meeting place, maybe even gas station. Anyway, that's a lot, I know. More coming soon, but just running a community center but for profit basically is the gist of that, and why I wrote for profit community center. Because something that's really big, really does a lot of good, and makes me a lot of money. That's coming in my future, and I'm getting ready for it. Oh yeah. Number 18 is tailoring and repairing clothes. I have gotten paid in the recent past and in the distant past to tailor and repair nice clothes for people who like their clothes and like their clothes nice. And so touching up pockets that have ripped on vests, putting buttons on that have fallen off, fixing zippers if possible, patching old jeans that people love and want a special patch on, sewing custom hats. There's decent money in custom tailoring. It does take some skill. It took me a while to learn, and that's why I use the skill. And I don't always have all the skills I need. I learn as I go along, and now with the internet, you can just look stuff up. Y'all find some people to teach you. Anyway, even if you don't use that skill to make money with other people, it's not a bad skill to develop. Just to save your own favorite clothes. So yeah. That was number 18. Number 19. I'm like, what did I write here? I think I wrote cleaning, which is cheating again because I already wrote that earlier. So let's just call it number 19. I can't count any of these videos. Number 19, I'm going to call what I call 20, which is MC hosting. Can you believe that I got paid? Well, I'm stretching a little bit because I didn't actually get paid, but I got $50 worth of debt taken off that I owed somebody. So that's essentially getting paid $50 to introduce some comedians at a little very small stage comedian show. But the fact that my friend had the confidence in me to let me hostess the show, MC it, introduce at the beginning, was awesome. It was a great experience, and I would love to do it some more. And so I got paid this year to MC/host a show, and even though it wasn't a lot, I can see how more of that might be in my future too, huh? Anyhow, that's like 19 things that you could do to make money, and at least like 16 of which that I currently, or 15, I can't count, y'all. I've proven in this last week at least a handful of times that I don't count very well. It's kind of amusing to me. I hope it's a little entertaining to you. Anyhow, I hope you subscribe to my channel. I hope that I'm bringing you some value. I'd love to know if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any contributions. I would love to start to create a community. I would love to call us Team Positivity. So let me know if you're on board, or if you want to call us something else. Still in the works, So until next time, peace, prosperity, possibilities, and go out there and make some money, yeah? Cheers.